Suburban hell, these homes are all graves. Everyone's coping with something but won't admit it. They're all too afraid.
Dear Anxiety, what have we got to say? This is the spoken word Dear Anxiety by Clayton Jennings. So looking forward to this one. It looks like it's going to be some sort of therapeutic group here, a therapy group, like an open group where they talk about their feelings and anxiety. And I don't know how this is going to go. Never heard of the artist. Don't know if they're musical or if they're just going to be speaking. But what I can tell you that this is sort of stuff that aligns with the channels. Why? Because we're happy man, happy home. My name's Craig Madden. I know there's Tom Cockrell. I'm a stress relief coach for hardworking dads out there with the Dad Rebuilder. That's what I put in and program for people. And also next to me is, like I said, Tom Cockrell, who's the husband improvement coach with his husband improvement program, 12 weeks as well. So if you are interested, you can reach out to us on our Facebook links in the bio and description.
Yeah, 100%, Craig. Now, we love to do songs like this. This is a really real connection to sort of channeling your emotions. That's why we love to do music. Music is such an absolute gateway to expressing yourself. So very much looking forward to meeting Clayton Jennings right now for the first time. We do go into our reaction blind. There's no prior research. Anything we learn, we like to learn off the fan base, because it's you people that we love to hear from. So when you do leave those sort of informational tips or questions we might ask, don't forget to support the original artist by putting hashtag Clayton Jennings in with your comment. And if at any point you enjoy myself and Craig, what we do or what we stand for, then please feel free to like the video, subscribe to it, and ring that bell as well. That will certainly give us maximum amount of support, as well as Clayton Jennings. So thank you very much. Let's get on with the
Yo.
Welcome, everyone. Every time you walk through these doors, you're taking steps to find yourself. Remember, this is a safe place. There's no judgment. You are accepted right where you're at, and wherever that leads, to find your own peace and happiness. Feel free to express yourself, to release your anxiety. I want you to be able to walk out with inner strength to finally be free. Clayton, it's great to have you back. I know you don't like to share, but why don't you start us off tonight? We want to hear what you have to say.
liking this intro so far. Build up.
Ooh, what she did was not great though. She should really help someone at start that's got more. Yeah.
I wake up, puddle of sweat. I have nightmares and I get back into bed. It's like these voices just keep playing on repeat in the back of my head, and I can't get them to leave me alone. 30 years old, but still hates being alone when I'm home, because that's when the voices get the loudest. Opening up like this is a moment far from my proudest, but these demons keep pressing me. I swear they're the foulest, but I've grown comfortable with their presence. My conscience is calloused. My dreams are their playground. My thoughts are their palace. I try to evict them. They return with more. Anxiety isn't an item you can return at the store. I was 10 the first time I had a panic attack. Like a punch to the stomach, there's no planning for that. And I didn't tell anyone because I was too scared about what they'd say. And I know deep down there was nothing they could do to take it away. It was my fight to fight and my battle to face. I remember that house I grew up in and how those demons would rattle that place. I'd lay awake at night just staring at the ceiling. I've spent my whole life trying to run from that feeling of being lonely, that feeling of being lost, that feeling of being sick when the lights turn off, that feeling of being depressed, that feeling of being anxious, that feeling of screaming to God, begging him to take this, only to get...
Wow, this is really powerful, ladies and gentlemen. There's a few things that I'm picking up from this video. Obviously, the main thing is what he is saying, you know, in a sort of lyrical talk, a poetic sort of mean in this case. But I think there's a few things I've noticed, and I feel like they're doing it as a part of the art. Number one is that a lot of the men in there are sort of, it's hard to explain, but they're doing the thing where they drop their eyes and look down, which is usually they're trying to remember, they're like trying to hide but remember something. They're looking down, and if you notice, like I think it's the guy with the beard, I can't see him on the screen at the moment, I think he's behind him or something like that. When he was talking, he was like, almost as he said it, the guy's head dropped to say like, I have the same, or like, I agree, or I concur. And I noticed one of the women as well, eyes open, like, what the fuck, this guy's going through some shit, man. And again, this is because sometimes men don't really emote like or talk about these sort of things. We don't like show our emotion when it comes to, in this case, anxiety, but you know, go to scroll mental health. And it's like a shock to her. She's like, oh shit, men feel like this too, damn, like sort of thing. And you know, it was like a really powerful moment where he's doing it. He's saying this with passion, he's saying this with power, and it again, she told him to open up. She's getting what she wanted.
Yeah, what she's wanted. I'll tell you something, mate. This is absolutely very powerful sort of stuff. There was something in particular that stood out, mate, because like at the moment you can see him. He is laying everything out on the table. His inner thoughts, his inner experiences, everything that he's experiencing from start to finish. And he said about not being comfortable enough to share it, and that is such a common thing within men. Like most people won't even realize it. I mean, this takes me, like me and Craig, back to sort of before we got into our coaching businesses, how much we were going for our own, fighting our own personal demons, and we were talking together to each other pretty much every night, and none of us had a clue what was going on because we didn't express it, we didn't share it, we had a laugh, which again is helpful, but sometimes you do have to be open and honest to actually deal with your issues. So mate, really liking what he's coming through, and again that's why we like to do artists like this as well, because they do encourage you to speak up. We look at these guys, we look at artists that do sort of challenge the mental health experience, and they do open up, and we look at them and go, yeah, well done you for expressing yourself, but then everyone is so scared to do it themselves. So yeah, very beautiful start, very motivational. Looking forward to seeing more.
Yeah.
That feeling of being anxious, that feeling of screaming to God, begging him to take this, only to get silence in return. I'd lay in that bed crying, and I'd toss and I'd turn, and I turn and I toss to this day. The doctors gave me medication, the pastor said pray. I tried both and this anxiety still hasn't gone away. So forgive me if I fantasize about being gone today. I'm an actor who got really good at being on today, but when I turn off, I go right back into the shadows. I'm in the deep end now, but I started in the shallows, and I might just drown myself in these waves. Suburban hell, these homes are all graves. Everyone's coping with something but won't admit it, they're all too afraid. And these kids are glued to watching me, what do I say? If I'm honest with them, maybe they won't think highly of me. Everything they want me to be is what I'm dying to be, but everything I really am is what I'm not trying to be. I want them to know that they're not alone in their struggles. I wake up in tears and fall back asleep in those puddles, and I don't think I'll ever get out of this valley I'm in. Terrified that all along God has tallied my sins, and if he has, the number must be astronomical. My life is a joke and you keep reading, just past the comic, because everything you think that I am is far from the truth. I wish I could open up to you and just let loose, but my vocal cords get tight when the devil pulls on this noose, and then I'm back to keeping everything bottled up inside. But he's not gonna keep me from pulling the throttle back this time. He's not gonna keep me trapped like this. I can't get out of bed, I was never made to act like this. I'm packing up my bags and he can't stop me from running fast like this. I'm not gonna be a slave to these voices of anxiety. I'm shoving the devil back for every time that he lied to me, and I'm taking a belt to these demons who whisper despair in my ear, and I'm ignoring every naysayer who stands and stares when I'm near. I'm moving forward out of this slump. I took my bruises, I took my lumps. I fell down, but I got right back up. So give me a torch and let's light that up. I'm setting fire to the devil, and I'm dousing these demons in gasoline.
Still going,
Look at you now. Now you're not laughing at me. Now who's the one who's being tortured and punked? Now who's the one closing every door that I want?
So he's actually talking to himself, ladies and gentlemen. What I love, though, as well, is I'm only going to stop quickly and pause quickly for myself anyway, to say I love that they've gone in a way that the fact that he's still going, he had so much to get off his chest, you know, metaphorically, they've gone. A great support group. But at the same time, in all honesty, though, like, have you noticed at the beginning of his story, he was just talking about the pain and the anguish and how horrible it was, and now he's actually talked about it. The end of his sequence here seems to be more sort of hopeful, like, I will push the demons away, I will push it down, I will get back up, I will knock you down, I'll keep going. It's sort of like now he's opened up. The very sequence of this was pain, and now we're turning into sort of the change of like what's going to get him going well, and that was all started with him talking in this support group.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like, you know, like even at the end of the support group, well into the night, these thoughts is continuously hitting you over and over and over again. They don't go away. I mean, there was a bit that I noticed up, and I didn't, like I said, we haven't met Mr. Jennings before, but I noticed, well, at one point he looked at the camera directly, and it's the first time he's done it. It was obviously been in character for the lot. Well, it's something about passing up the comments. I don't know if he gets like a lot of hate online. Maybe he's had some negative comments that have brought him down, but it's the way his eyes sort of flicked at to the comments. That's what I mean. Don't know the history enough. Very interested to know what you have to say about him. So far, I think he looks like a stand-up guy who's probably, you know, if this is a story to his real himself, then absolutely fucking spot on to him. He did mention some other bits, but I'm going to wait till the end of the video to share those bits.
Very handsome.
He is handsome.
Hey,
Give him that.
man, appreciate game. Game, appreciate it.
Now who's the one who's being tortured and punked? Now who's the one closing every door that I want? Now who's the one watching the other burn to the ground? Don't look away from me, you better turn back around. I'm not done talking to you now. I'm watching your moves. I'm on your back and I'm stalking you too. And when you try to ruin some other kid's life, I'll be stopping you too. You took 30 years of my life and I can't get that back. You told me to end my life and I nearly got killed for that. You took me down but I bounced right back. I was lost then and I got found like that. And everything you told me I wasn't, someone new told me I was. And everything you hated in me, someone new told me he loves. And when you tried to kill me with depression and anxiety, he reached in and placed hope deep inside of me. So I'm done listening to you and letting you control me. I'm announcing it now that the devil can't hold me. I'm walking away from the old me, and I'm demanding a refund on every lie that you sold me. You knew I'd find a way out sooner or later, and I found my escape in the form of a savior.
Religious, maybe?
Think so.
Clayton. We're here to help. Are you sure you don't want to share?
Anything.
Smart, I like that.
Yeah, clever.
I'm good. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, supportless group. Maybe he's not done well in support groups. Maybe he, I don't know. I tell you something, that opened the door for a lot of questions. Supportless group. I mean, you know, sometimes you don't get a lot of benefit out of it. Yeah, I was going to say he's obviously a religious man there. I mean, that definitely gave the impression that I think that T-shirt there for his with the Jesus and that till the day I die. You know, a lot of people do turn to religion when they hit like dark spots in their life. I mean, religion, let's face it, it does give you a solid pathway. It gives you a guide of life. It keeps you on the straight and narrow. I mean, I myself am not a particularly religious man, but I do absolutely understand the people who take the religious pathway. I mean, for me, I trust in my moral compass. That keeps me guided. And, you know, if anything that feels immorally wrong, then I turn away from it. And that is sort of my guide in life. Everyone has their own guides. You could be, you know, whether it is religion, like throughout all the different religions, or whatever your own personal guides are, and those that are just lost. I recommend getting yourself some sort of personal sort of spiritual goal to head towards. But absolutely thought that was a wonderful piece. I mean, it was a shame that it was just an internal thought. Like I did say it on the pause earlier, that a lot of people don't speak up to these things. I mean, you heard how much he had in his brain, how much he had on his mind, how much he had to get off of his chest, and he might have been able to get the right support if he actually took the dive and relied on other people to get him through it. I mean, absolutely. And it seems like he's doing like a lot of things this as well. I've just seen that thumbnail there saying please don't kill yourself. Definitely an artist that is intriguing me, Mr. Craig Mellon. 100%.
Yeah, definitely suits what we're aiming at with men's mental health and, you know, happy man, happy home. Absolutely loved this side to what's his name?
Clayton Jennings.
What's his first name?
Clapton.
Well, him, yeah. So I actually don't know who he is, never heard of him before. I completely agree with Tom when he looked at that about the comments. Like, we don't know what sort of art he does. I'm assuming rap, only because he, like, how lyrical he was there. A lot of rap does do spoken word, you know, they do like that. I know a few artists that have done this. Really clever, loved it. Walked away with a supportless group. I would love to know more about that. Is it supportless because of him? He's finding it, or as you can see there at the end, he said like my savior, Jesus Christ. In this case, I can see by the T-shirt. He's saying the support groups really weren't helping for me, but I went to one support group, which was, as you said, religion. So that could have been something that he was trying to say is like, for me, support groups didn't work because it was just people saying, this is what's wrong with me, this is what's wrong with me. But he found his way, and that's brilliant. He found his way potentially, and that's what's good about it. I mean, he's still alive as far as we know. So that's really good news as well.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, if you did enjoy this reaction / review and you enjoy what we sort of stand for and what we're about, then please feel free to leave the thumbs up button, hit the subscription and ring that notification bell as well. We certainly appreciate it. It supports the channel, supports us as we jump into this world. You know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about helping those men become a happy man and a happy home. And thank you as well for giving us so much of your treasure time. It has been an absolute pleasure, hasn't it, Craig?
It really has, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to leave hashtag Clayton Jennings down below in the comments. Got it in the end. And yeah, please don't sit there in silence. Feel free to share your stories in the comments by all means. But also, if you are sitting there and you're on the brink of just wanting to be that happy person, you know you want to take action, but you've got this stopping, annoying, procrastinating voice saying, no, not yet, do it another time. Stop it. Start taking action now. And you can do that by reaching out to myself or Tom down below on our Facebook description for this video, or our bio, not Facebook, sorry, our YouTube description, which goes to Facebook, and same with our bio. Reach out to us, say action. I'm ready to take action, Craig. I'm ready to take action, Tom. And we will jump back and help you through a program that you will just revolutionize your life. You won't believe it. But you have to take action. Stop waiting. Stop it. Stop it. In all honesty, though, we do want to make you a happy man.
Living in that happy home.